what was it, a couple weeks ago, I hit a pothole on where,
Where we were? At the whiskey?
No, not at all. This is I was driving Jess's vehicle that day.
The V-dub.
Because I hit a pothole where exit 24 used to be.
You know where the tolls used to be? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the exit's still there, but the toll booths are gone.
But they left a big hole there?
The massive hole. This thing was a crater.
Are you going to send the insurance form to New York State?
I'm going to try.
Maybe the DOT?
I hope they pay for it. It's horrible because you're supposed to take a photo afterward.
Yeah.
And
now how would you be able to do that?
I know, right there. There's nowhere to stop. You can't stop. Like I was thinking about getting the drone, but it's illegal to fly over cars, so I'd have to quickly fly over, try to get a photo. Doesn't matter. I tried to get a video of it while driving by it, and they were all filled in. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. I do have some very good news.
Maybe they knew. They were watching it.
Yeah, they were like, that guy just hit a pothole. We're not paying for that.
Yep.
That
So
messed
go
up.
patch it up.
He hit it dead on.
Yep. Patch it up.
Yeah, go patch it up. So anyway, I went to. I looked all over. I did one of those Facebook recommend. And a friend of mine, Brian, said, "Hey, you got to go check out Jack's in Lansingburg. It's a Jack's Auto Body right on 5th Street." And I did. I called him up. He said, unless there's really body damage, there's not a whole lot I can do. But just come down. He's like, you can come down. I can take a look. I'm like, all right. So he gets out of my car. He's like, sure enough, there's no body damage. There's no frame damage. He's like, there's not a whole lot I can do. What you need is a mechanic. I was like, all right. And a couple winters ago, I kind of got a scratch on the side of my car, hit a snowbank while I was trying to pull into my, I was trying to fit into my garage. And I kind of sideswiped just a little scratch on my front bumper. I was like, all right, well, how much would it cost to fix that? And he's like, if you pull around back right now, I'll buff that out in seconds. He's like, it's right through the paint, so I'm not going to be able to fix it all the way, but at least I can get that white paint off, that ugliness off. Yep. I was like, yeah, no problem. Pulling the back. He buffed it out. I can't even see the scratch at all.
Perfect.
Gone. So I turned to the guy. He gets under. He was on a Saturday morning. His shop was closed. He went specifically just to meet with me.
Wow.
He got underneath his car, underneath my car. He's poking around, looking at stuff, saying, all right, there's nothing really anything broken here. Go see this mechanic. Go see that mechanic. Tell him I sent you. I'm going to get you a really good deal. Awesome. I appreciate it. Jack's Auto Body in Lansingburg, like I said, on 5th Street. I put my car back there. I asked him, like, here, man, here's $50, $100. What do you want? He's like, nothing. You're good. I'm like, what? We spent like 45 minutes there, and he charged me $0.
Wow. You think after those people are all gone, but I guess they're not.
No. So if you have any body work out there and you're in the Detroit area, Lansingburg area, I don't care if you're in Schenectady, I don't care if you're in Amsterdam, I don't care if you're in Clifton Park, the work that he did on my car for the few seconds that he did it, beautiful. Obviously, he's not going to do every job for free, but he's a great guy. He's a straight shooter.
But these guys on the podcast said, you work for free.
Yeah, true. So I told him I'd give him a couple shout-outs. So,
that was very nice of you.
Jack's Auto Body, Lansingburg. Great guy, great people over there. Go check them out. All right, coming up in this episode, Dave.
Yes.
We're back in Schenectady.
We're home.
We've got a kind of new little sub-series going on. I like to smoke cigars. I apologize that I'm dragging you through this because I know you're not that big of a cigar smoker. But I love it all. I'm a big, huge cigar fan. Actually, anytime that I'm editing an episode, I always have a cigar in my hand. If not a beer, I'll have a bourbon or a scotch with me. So I'm a huge, huge fan. We have a friend of the podcast, Omar, who said, come down to my shop. We'll hook you up with some cigars. We'll pair some of your favorite beers with our cigars. So that's where we are today. And I stopped over to Mixed Breed, talked to a guy over at Mixed Breed Brewing.
Now, where is that again?
That's in Guilderland. It's actually on the way almost to Altamont.
Route 20? Guilderland Ave.
Yeah, it's when you're driving out to Altamont, I don't know what that road is, where that Stewart's and the Cumberland Farms are, and you're driving to Altamont Fairgrounds.
Yep, that's I think Guilderland Ave. You go right out Guilderland Ave.
Okay, Guilderland Ave. Driving out to Altamont, get to that intersection where there's a gas station, a little plaza off to the right. That's where Mixed Breed is.
All right. So are they on the list now?
They're on the list. I talked to Guy. We're going to be going out there. Is that
Schenectady County?
I have no idea. I think it's Albany County.
Altamont is. I think it is.
Yeah. Who cares?
Just checking.
We don't have borders.
All right, that's fine. They are 518.
They are in the
capital. They are in the capital district.
We are beer drinkers without borders.
Yeah, that's us.
All right.
Make us sound like saints.
So we're going to be heading up Omar in the next few seconds.
The Capital Brew Podcast with 20 North Dave and Nick Lee. What's brewing in the 518?
All right, to Omar. Where are we? That's A Great Cigar Shoppe?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us and hosting us this day.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
So, obviously, we've talked before, and I'm a huge fan of cigars. And hear actually kind of the idea behind this. We actually did a practice one, which, believe it or not, is our third most popular podcast.
They're
of all time.
rated. They're rated in popularity.
I'm just saying how many downloads and listens.
Oh, all right.
And so there's a lot of cigar smokers that like beer.
Yeah, it's one of the wine, Scotch, bourbon, beer.
Yeah.
You know,
It's one of this is like one of my favorite part of the episodes is when we get to do this.
That sounded good.
I think
Now,
we
out
should
of
all
curiosity, yes, I'm thirsty. Out of curiosity, one of the things we usually do is ask people. We're at breweries or bars generally, but I think some of the same questions apply in this situation in terms of like what got you in, what drew you to. I mean, obviously, cigar smoking. That question's answered already. You like cigars, but what got you into deciding to do a cigar shop?
I was a customer here. The cigar shop has been established for about 13 years. I joined the team about 3.5 years ago.
And this was
Or I'm sorry, no, 2.5 years ago, going on 3 years.
who was the owner then?
It was originally opened by Paul Sickle.
Yep.
And then my partner, Tom, joined forces with a friend, Ron. Yeah, Ron Potter. And they were together for 2-3 years. And then I took Ron's spot, and I've been here thus far.
I'm sorry. We also have another guest here today who actually is kind of picking out our cigars for us today. And Jason is the one.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No worse for names. I apologize.
Jason is the mastermind behind what he has a lot more knowledge in pairing cigars with beers compared to me.
All right. Well,
I'm more of a bourbon drinker.
Nice. Yeah,
Should have brought some of that.
Yeah, we could.
Drop the ball. We don't always have to do beer.
We don't. So we can go ahead and hit up 36 Locks, or we could hit up Frog Alley.
What's the one? What was it? 36 Locks, the one down on Route 5.
Yeah, and then there's
Firehouse.
Yep, and then there's Schenectady Distilling. I mean, we can find some.
Actually,
local.
that's the one I'm thinking of.
That's no. I think that's 36 Locks on the other. It might be. I don't know.
No, we're terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Whatever.
I'm going to apologize outright to either one of them or both of them. Now, see, right now. Nobody can see this, thank God, but I'm going to have to attempt to clip this cigar again because I did such a wonderful job at my house. I don't know if you recall. I think I clipped part of my finger off trying to clip a cigar, and then Ben looked at me like I was crazy.
All right.
See, thankfully, I have the expert handling it for me right now. Whoa, look at this. Look at that, dude.
Oh, you got a V cut?
V cut.
That is neat.
I want a V. I did this wrong.
Yep, see, amateur. Should have
I
the
love V
professionals
cuts.
handle
I also
it.
like punch. I like to, do the. Anyway.
Wait, so now for those of you who can't see this, Omar just put a V cut
Yeah.
in the
It's a V-shaped cut.
in
Matter of
the
fact,
tail of the cigar. Now I don't know if the V should be up, like vertical, or
I
horizontal.
do it that. That's the way I guess it doesn't
It's
matter.
all however you like it.
I don't know.
Well, here, let me
Check
get
it out.
Let me get a quick photo at the end of it.
Oh yeah, see, check it out.
That's a V cut.
Professionally done. So those of you who are smoking cigars that can't clip it, just come down and see Omar.
So, Jason, I am today I am drinking and smoking. I'm drinking a beer from Mixed Breed. It is their Hoopla, their Saison, their farmhouse brew here. It is, what is it called? Where's the name on this?
The Saison. You got the Saison, don't you?
Yeah.
The hula hoop.
There it is, Hula Loop.
It's right there. It's on the label.
Hula.
You're looking right at it.
Hula Hoop. I got the Hula Hoop.
Now, what was it? Now, you were saying that it was basically the idea was local farmers took their product from their own farms
Exactly.
and made their own beer. So there was probably small batches. And what is Saison? I mean, seasonal, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they had
Like
it
a
all
German
in season.
seasonal,
Yeah, gotcha.
That's
what. Yeah, it makes sense, right? I mean, it's not like we're beer experts or
no,
anything.
not at all.
Not even close.
That's why we go to, yeah. So anyway, long story short is you hooked me up with a cigar here.
Yes, sir.
What am I smoking?
That would be the La Roma de Cuba Mi Amor.
Okay.
It is a Nicaraguan cigar.
All right.
So a little medium body. Notes of earth, cocoa, espresso, and some spices on that one.
Nick,
Side.
I'm trying to figure out what to do not to embarrass myself when I try to light this stogie. Does anybody call it that, by the way?
All the time.
All the time.
Is that not a proper term?
So I don't.
Is that like
all right,
is that
so
frowned upon by
this
the?
is the thing.
by the-
This is the thing with me, right? I'm not going to tell you what I feel is frowned upon, or you do as whatever makes you feel comfortable. However you enjoy the cigar, go at it. Now there is a few things, right?
Okay, see, there's got to be some sort of
Yeah.
etiquette
So
here.
listen, if you enter a cigar shop and you choose to use the shop's cutter, please do not put your mouth on the cigar prior to cutting
Oh,
the
yeah.
cigar.
That makes perfect sense.
You would be surprised.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, because like you want the first thing you want to do is kind of like test it out, put it to
Well,
your lips.
If you have your own cutter, go at it,
Right.
and then don't go around sharing your cutter to innocent bystanders.
To the,
But-
to the
Especially
to the
during
general
COVID.
public.
Yeah,
But one thing I've noticed too, that's got to be a rookie move because sometimes if you have a cigar that's been sitting in your mouth for a second, you try to cut it, it doesn't cut cleanly. It doesn't cut sharp. It's all a mess. You tear it. It starts to become unwrapped. Not that I have any experience in that, but it just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Now you're drinking the double IPA,
I believe so, yes.
and what are you smoking with that?
All right, so this is the Hoyo de Nicaragua Antaño
Okay.
Dark Corojo. So it is a darker, stronger cigar, especially with a DIPA. I feel like it would pair nicely. They would overpower each other, so I would still get to enjoy the flavor of both the cigar and the beer.
Yeah. And that's the Madness. What is the name of that beer?
I believe it was manufactured
Manufactured.
reality.
Reality.
Yes.
That's right. I was talking to Steve over at Mixed Brewing, and he actually helped me pick out some of these beers that we felt was going to be best. And on top of it, I wanted to get a photo to send to Omar so that it have all the descriptions and everything on there. So he got all the beers that were on one page for me. There you go. That looks nice.
Cherry, nice. I always feel like when I smoke a cigar, like I'm some sort of high roller at like a wedding or something like that.
Here you go. They
You know
have
what I
high
mean?
rollers
Like,
at weddings.
I just feel like that guy. I feel like, oh yeah, just gonna go gamble.
See, but that's the problem with the cigar culture for people that are not involved with the cigar culture. It has a stigma behind it that is not true. The beautiful thing about a cigar shop is that you literally can interact with every walk of life, and you have one thing in common, that's that cigar. Whether you have your own cigar, which is a completely different flavor than mine, we still have the cigar culture in common. And that's why when you were saying earlier about how should I hold my cigar, however you feel comfortable, as long as you're respecting others around you.
Makes perfect sense again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have Omar's got the Wit beer, which the name of that beer is also escaping me right now.
I have no idea.
It's all good.
We're searching.
I think you said it was
I
a
believe
German
it's a
style.
shorty.
Okay.
You said it was a German style
Yeah.
wit beer, is it a Weiss beer or a wit beer? I don't think they're exactly the same.
Well, they both still use wheat, though, right?
I think so, but I think like a wit is more of a
I like wits more
maybe
than
more of a sharper taste and they're both like I want to say cloudy, like
Yeah.
unfiltered style.
I like wit or vet better than I like Hefeweizens. And,
Or Paulaner makes
Yeah.
a pretty good Hefeweizen
Yeah.
for anybody who's like thinking about what it tastes like. It's a pretty good quality beer too. I mean,
Yeah.
like
so what is
anyway. So
what's
you
the
got the wit
So
over there.
I'm pairing it with, this is a boutique cigar company, came out about two and a half years ago, Blackbird Cigars. They're based out of Dominican Republic. The name of it is Unkind, medium bodied, and the unique part about this cigar is that it has a Brazilian Gubra wrapper.
Okay.
And that's not common in the cigar industry.
Yeah, so
it's
that's
one of
new to me.
those new things that are coming in, and I'm sure that a lot of blenders will start testing that wrapper out and seeing what they can make out of it.
yeah
So okay, for somebody who has no idea what you guys are talking about,
the wrap.
you're talking about certain areas tobacco and a certain other areas wrap,
Yes.
and that's kind of like if they haven't done that before, basically.
So if I got it right, it's the fill and the wrap.
Yeah, there's actually three parts of the cigar. You got
All right, see, perfect.
you got the filler and the binder and
Binder,
the wrapper. And
that's
the
right.
majority of the flavor comes from the filler, and then people often pair a good wrapper just to give you the extra little punch.
Yeah. Now me.
Wait, what? I don't want to go away yet
Go
because I want to know. Filler, obviously we know, and wrapper. What's binder?
binder is a couple of leaves they use to make the filler into like more of a cylindrical shape, the cigar shape, essentially. So it's more just to dress it up, make it construct like a cigar. Yeah.
So the wrapper is the elegant aspect of the cigar, right?
It's like a nice package.
Correct. It's the final touch.
You want it to look good. You want it to look good. Right?
And honestly, it's the most expensive part of a cigar.
Yep.
The wrapper is. That's what...
it's really the aesthetic.
Correct.
And it's really like the brand. You can tell a brand based upon the wrapper they use and the quality of the tobacco.
Now,
see, that's amazing.
I'm a big fan of Connecticut wraps.
Which means what?
I believe the tobacco, it's a lighter tobacco. I believe it is from North America, like Connecticut. And that's the reason why it has its color. It doesn't sit out in the warm sun like you would closer to the equator, like you would Cuba, not Cuba, Dominican Republic,
Nicaragua,
yeah, exactly.
Cuba as well. Obviously, I mean, we can't enjoy them here, but they definitely.
Now,
is the.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I heard that when Castro came in, all the best farms took their seed and they went to places that had similar soil to Cuba, like the Dominican Republic.
And latitude, temperature.
So this is what happened, right? The best blenders, when his regime began, he took ownership of everything, right? They all fled to Miami for the most part, right? They had a certain amount of tobacco in Miami. They started, creating their own cigars and little Calle Ocho. They spread all around. But so what happened was they were trying to figure out the most similar climate from Cuba. They found Nicaragua and Dominican Republic having locations that were very similar to Cuba. So they took Cuban seed and planted it in Nicaragua and Dominican Republic and many other countries, but those are
Costa Rica.
Yeah, but it's not commonly used. Most tobacco comes from Nicaragua and Dominican Republic. Most of the tobacco that we smoke in the United States.
Another question. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like Jamaica, like I mentioned earlier, Brazil. Honduras is another one actually that has a lot of tobacco. They grow a lot of tobacco there that is utilized.
Now, we in the United States obviously grow a lot of tobacco. How come we don't use, like Virginian or North Carolina, tobacco for
cigarette tobacco for cigars?
Good cigars, yeah. I don't know. I'm asking them. I'm just simply curious.
So I don't know the science behind it, but if I were to guess, the cigar industry, it's very not anyone can be part of that. It's if you were to see the process that it takes from planting that seed until you get that final wrapper that you're able to finalize that cigar and then package it, everyone would appreciate cigars way more and understand why they cost what they cost, as well as you need to be crafty. It's an art. It's not
just pumping out a bunch of packs of cigarettes.
Nah. So you got to think about it. There's no machines involved in making any of these cigars.
All hand
it's
rolled.
all
I
hand
had no
rolled.
idea. I did not know
From
that.
planting the seed until packaging them, it's completely hand rolled.
done.
There's no machines.
Wow, I did not know that. See, that's amazing.
And that's so you go to these countries and that's what they do. Tobacco is a huge part of their
culture.
Not only culture, but that's what generates their money.
Now, how did the Dutch get into it?
You know what? You're laughing right now, but that was sort of my next question. The Dutch Masters and the Phillies.
Are they
and
the
the
American?
Blunts.
Are they the American cigar companies?
There you go.
Are they really? No. See, I'm seriously
and
asking
not only
the
that,
question.
they're machine made, right? So
Okay.
You ever look at a Philly wrap? It's not made of straight tobacco, right? It's a paste that they roll out.
Correct. So the Dutch Master is made for its wrapper.
Yeah.
And That's why you have all these new companies that don't even have the tobacco in it. They just have the wrap. The wrap.
Yeah.
It's
Genius.
Genius, right?
Absolute genius.
Why are we wasting our times rolling,
unrolling it and dumping out on the fill?
I'm assuming there was a stigma behind it before, and they didn't want to go direct with the product. But again, I'm just assuming, guessing. I don't know
It's probably cheaper.
And like I never really smoked a Dutch or a Philly as they're called, but my friends told me that you roll them different ways based on what it is. Like you only do a Dutch a certain way, you only do a Philly. Like certain of those cigars, you peel the wrapper off, and then in certain other ones, you split them.
Another big difference.
I can never remember, and people probably out there are going to hear this are going to be screaming at me, Dave, you're an idiot. You should know this.
So you have Dutchess, vanilla, chocolate. There's
Grape.
Cigars.
Blueberry.
It's all earth. All the flavors that you are obtaining come from the earth.
What about acid?
That's different. It's a different story. Now
There's
you're
oils.
talking,
There's
you're
oils
talking about
infused
cigars. I'm talking about just regular cigars.
No,
I can't really talk to you about acids or anything infused. I've never had an infused
Are you
cigar.
serious?
Never in my life.
Oh man, a
I don't frown upon them. I mean, you smoke what you like, but that's not
Try it.
where I'm
I
going.
like it. You're right.
Are you
It does.
talking about LSD?
No.
Oh Jesus! I'm like, wow. I'm like, I mean, dude, you just asked if he was doing LSD. I'm like, is that appropriate right
So
now?
Drew Estates has a line called Acid. And
Oh,
Drew
see, I had
Estates
no
is
idea what you're talking
Well,
about.
multiple lines.
yeah, that's one of their lines.
That entire cabinet is basically all Drew Estate,
That's
and
my
it's
home.
all flavored cigars.
Oh, they're all flavored.
Yeah,
I'm
every last
starting-
one of
I
them.
like a lot of their natural stuff. But anyway, yeah, they have a bunch of different lines, and a lot of them are flavored. They're really just started getting into the natural cigar, sun grown, and that kind of stuff. That where they're not infusing it with anything, and I'm a big fan of those still.
Well, they're best known in the normal cigar world
As infusing.
for I'm for like their regular cigars.
Yeah.
They're best known for the Liga Privada No. 9,
Oh yeah.
as well as the T52, and it goes from there. But that whole line is absolutely amazing, and it's like the Cadillac of their cigars.
Yeah, it's tough now for me to smoke a Cuba because it is it's too sweet. When I first started getting into smoking cigars, it was almost like a gateway cigar.
It's like wine coolers. No, for real, that's what it is. And again, no disrespect to people that enjoy
I like
infused
wine
cigars,
coolers.
but that's what it is. You're drinking a wine cooler.
He's like, "Yo, bro, you're smoking a Zima right
Zima,
now.
yeah, exactly. I knew right where you were going to go with that. He's going to say Zima,
How's that Seagram's taste?"
right? What about like a backwoods,
Yeah, or no,
right?
Bones Farm.
No,
The fact that you know nothing about cigars, but you know about all these,
The backwoods?
like that's a problem. That's a problem.
that's among many problems. Where do we? We'll put that on the list.
But I still defend Drew Estates. But now I guess I don't really smoke. Like maybe every once in a while with the De Sol or the Island of the Sun, whatever. Those are a little bit on the sweet side. The Javas are a little bit on the sweet side too. I'll smoke those every once in a while. I actually really been getting into Olivia. Obviously love Romeo and Juliet's, Macanudos.
Isn't that a band?
I don't know. Is it?
So, just dated myself, I think, on that one.
You might like the white lines or the red line.
This actually is a very mild cigar.
Yeah.
As cigars I've had, it's very mild.
It's a lot more mild than the one you had last time.
We definitely digressed. We totally skipped out of the beer and the
we still haven't figured out what cigar. Oh, we did.
I think
he's
we
got
went
the
through
he's got
that
the boutique.
for
We don't
anybody
have
who's
figured out what you
I
got.
want to go back for a quick
Okay,
second,
sure.
right? And again, I'm not trying to be the negative guy.
No,
here,
you're not. You're not.
But you're speaking about Romeo and Julietas and Monte Cristos or whatever the case is. There's so many cigars out there. So those are the oldest American brands in the industry, right? The individuals that we were talking about earlier that fled Cuba and blended their own cigars, that's what people need to be smoking to understand the real quality of cigars. And I'm going to step out on a limb and say that today, in today's world, the cigars that are coming out of Nicaragua, specifically Nicaragua and Dominican Republic, will run real Cubans.
Yeah.
I'll second that motion.
Yeah, for sure. It's a much better, because they are Cubans.
But you got to understand,
Ultimately,
correct, what
the
Cuban
original,
seed, right? But what you have to understand, the American mind, right? They just think that Cuban cigars, that's it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's the
pinnacle.
That's it.
Yeah.
and they completely dismiss the market that we are, able to obtain, which has surpassed the Cuban cigars a long time ago, in my opinion.
Think about it. If you go to the DMV to go pick up your license, right, how much of a pain in the butt is that? You're waiting forever. Like, the whole government process just slows everything down, too much red tape. And then think about going to, like, Walmart and pick up your fishing license. Take seconds, right? Obviously not apples and oranges, but my point is that when the government takes over any kind of industry, and it doesn't matter what government it is, there's now standards and everything's got to be the same, and like let's say you've got cigar company A in Cuba and cigar company B, they just have two different names. They're still run by the company, still same owner, same quality, same everything.
And again, a lot of times you're losing the love of your craft because it's a government ran company. Yeah. So cigars are all handmade, and it's all about the love that they put into the cigar that we are able to enjoy. Yeah. I'm not saying that you lose that completely in Cuba. Yeah. But the masters of the masters, the Don Pepins of the world, they left Cuba for a reason, and they went to Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, or wherever they decided to go.
What if somebody was to stop in your shop tomorrow and they wanted to get a nice Dominican Republic or Nicaraguan cigar? What brands would they be looking at?
So again, that's a difficult question, because if you walk into my shop, I'm going to ask you, what have you smoked before, and what are you into, and I'm going to try to guide you from there, right? If I speak about my personal preference, my father and AJ Fernandez are at the top, right? And the reason why I say that, I might find a specific cigar by another company that I absolutely love, but I'm talking about the whole entire line, right? There's not a cigar out there that AJ Fernandez has done that I can truly say, I won't smoke that again. There's not, right? And he's a younger dude that has just been killing the game, right? And he does many cigars for other companies. Same thing with my father. I'm biased to those two companies because that's what I really, really enjoy.
What's your father's company?
No, my father is the name of the company. So Don Pepin, I mentioned him earlier, right? Him and Padron, they're like the masterminds of blending that are still alive to this day, right? Like Don Pepin is, and his children have taken over the company, but he's still the mastermind behind the blending. Yeah. So his original company was called Don Pepin Cigars. Okay. Yeah. And then he rebranded it to My Father Cigars. Yeah. And each of his kids have their own personal cigar. Like his daughter, she has a cigar named La Dueña, which is the owner or the boss in Spanish. His son's cigar is the Jaime Garcia. His name is Jaime Garcia. And they have, 12, 15 different lines within the My Father company. Yeah. And they're all phenomenal. And they also, prime example, Ashton. They blend a lot of cigars for Ashton, as well as Arturo Fuente does. So Ashton doesn't blend any of their own cigars.
Is it a blend between their tobacco and...
They don't grow their own tobacco. They're an established company, and they buy bulk of tobacco.
Heartbreaking.
No, it's not.
It's a good cigar.
You know why it's not? Because, all right, your best blenders, yes, and they all grow their own tobacco, but there's a company called Plasencia in Nicaragua that grows the majority of tobacco overall. So all of these blenders that you love, some of their tobacco is coming from Plasencia or from another company. For example, we have on the table the AJ Fernandez San Lotano Dominicano, right? That is a combination of AJ and Hochi Blanco, which two masterminds that made the cigar together. All right. So it was some of AJ's tobacco, some of Hochi's, and Hochi is one of the leading growers in Dominican Republic. Wow. He's one of the Dominican Republic cigar gods.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you get an opportunity to go out to some of these?
So I haven't. I've been to Dominican Republic and I've done, but not when. So I've done tours of the factories when I wasn't in the industry, just when I enjoyed cigars. But I haven't had the opportunity. I was supposed to go to AJ Fernandez's house, literally in March when the pandemic hit, and it was like a last minute cancellation. Yeah. My partner and I were going to go down with other local cigar, well, not local, but like Northeast cigar shop owners, and we were going to spend, I believe it was like 4 nights, 5 days over there.
That's awesome.
At his actual compound.
Yeah.
And we were going to learn the process from literally when they plant the seed to when they finish the product. My partner, on the other hand, he's been to Perdomo Cigars in Nicaragua a couple times, I believe, and he says that the experience is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we get to go to the breweries. We get to go and check out the shops, and
we're very lucky.
Stuff. We've already talked about your cigar. We talked about your beer. You got
no,
the brown.
We did not.
Oh, we didn't talk about it.
As I was saying, I forget what I was saying, but I think this is where you're just talking about Perdomo.
Yeah, Perdomo, Habano, Connecticut.
Perdomo Oregato, Mr. Robato.
Yeah, I'll say this.
Habano.
It's pretty mild.
Yeah,
like it's very mild, and like it goes well with like a malty brown. It's Benny brown ale is what this is.
Okay,
and it's a really good brown ale, and like I said, you guys did a good job of pairing.
Now I have a question for you
because there's like a complementary effect here.
With the malty.
Are you getting any cream?
Wait, from the beer?
From the cigar?
For your overall experience?
A little bit. You mean sort of like a...
So again, this is another thing about cigars, right? When I asked, are you sensing, whatever taste bud, you're never going to get a bold cream. The only time you're going to receive that is when the cigar is infused. That's part of the cigar experience. You've given it time and you paying attention to the cigar to look for what does this really taste like. Yeah. And once you allow that time into the experience, you're going to enjoy the cigar that much more. That's just my opinion.
Yes. Now, I notice with darker cigars, they tend to be a little bit on the spicy side, even a little bit of heat to the spice. Now, with this beer, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be noticing, but I'm noticing a cut on the heat, but I still taste that spice, that there's a flavor that pops with it.
So the way I paired that was hopefully it's more like a black pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you would not necessarily like a hot chili pepper type of spice, but like you can still get that maybe on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
But
this is actually cut in the heat. Like when I say heat, it's not really capsaicin. It's not the you'll smoke a cigar and you can taste the pepperiness, and normally we would have with like a darker cigar. You get that pepper flavor. And there's it's almost like there is like a little bit of heat left in your mouth. When I drink the beer with this farmhouse ale, it literally takes that kind of heat away. It's nice and smooth. It takes away that sharpness.
Yeah, I mean, one of the I tell people is you really want them to complement each other.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint your exact taste experiences, but I can get you in the same zip code.
Yeah.
And then the journey is yours.
Yeah. So how long? I mean, obviously, this is something that you're really interested in. You're more of Omar's more of a bourbon guy. You actually like to drink beer with cigars?
Yeah, actually. So I've most recently been doing more beer with cigars. I actually used to run a private Scotch and cigar tasting group throughout the Capital District.
Awesome.
So I know more of the Scotch, the Irish whiskeys. I do like a lot of bourbon, so a lot of your Kentucky stuff.
Yeah.
But doing more IPAs, I do like a good IPA. I kind of gravitate towards those. Maybe I am getting into sours too.
Yeah,
not
as
great
cigar,
to pair with. Yeah, so separate.
Yeah, but no, yeah, you're right. I'm a fan of it, and I don't think a lot of people realize you can do that with cigars. People automatically think that you got to have a bourbon or you got to have a Scotch or brandy. Yeah, but
coffee,
wine. There you go. You like how I was sifting?
I looked right at you when you're shaking the snifter. It's a good thing this isn't filmed.
Yeah, well, you and I got to have a conversation. I am in talks with somebody, and one of the packages that I put together in a proposal is filming at least one episode a month on location at this particular venue. They may not do it.
I'm not sure what purpose. Like a radio show needs to be filmed.
Well, it's a podcast.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. But anyway, That is a possibility at some point down the road.
I see. Don't tell me about it. Just do it.
All right. We'll just set it up. What's that? Don't worry about it. But anyway, I'm almost done with my beer. I got to grab another one.
Oh, we have round 2?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be whatever beer you want.
Well, we got to switch it up now, I think.
Yeah.
I want to try something else, I want to say.
What do you want to try?
I don't care. It's just, I got a brown ale. I want to try something else. I don't care which one. Preferably not the
I might try the
double
whip with this.
IPA.
No, okay.
Actually, I kind of want to try the
yeah. Hula hoop?
The hula hoop.
Hula
whatever it
hoop?
is, yeah. That's a weird name for it.
How you guys doing on beer?
I'm good.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's not the most hoppy, not the most hop forward. You get some earth flavors out of it, so it's fantastic.
And it is a double. That's weird because it's a double.
Yeah.
I'll try the double next.
You would try it?
Yeah.
About it. All right, so what got... oh, no, actually, you know what I kind of want to ask? So every brewery we go to, we have... we would talk to a brewery, say, what's your... what's the fan favorite? What's the most popular beer that you brew? Number 2 is what's your heart and soul, the one that you love the most? And then number 3, what's the newest? So let's start with the crowd pleaser. What do you find people gravitating towards when they come into your shop? And I know you kind of take them, but I mean your regulars who know what they're getting and come in for.
See, that's difficult, right, for the regulars.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to...
different.
Yeah, they're going to go where they know. Overall, our leading selling cigar has always been the Perdomo 10th Anniversary Champagne. But there's
Sounds like it's hard to get.
No, it's not. Okay. But it's a funny part. That is the highest nicotine content cigar.
I didn't realize that different levels.
Yeah, people often equate dark cigar with power punch, and it's not always the case.
Yeah.
So the champagne is more champagne in color, and it can kick you in the teeth if you're not prepared for it.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to try one, though. I'm an ex-smoker. Ex-cigarette smoker.
They did a great job. Perdomo has done a great job with advertising and establishing their brand.
Yeah.
So the 10th Anniversary Champagne is the one that stands out.
Maybe I should try it.
Like right now?
Yeah, right now.
No.
Delicious.
Do people do that? Smoke two cigars at once?
I'll drink 2 beers at once. I don't care.
No, you're ruining the entire experience.
See? I'm asking questions. I'm like, for the
so it's different
of
if you choose to. All right, if you have a cigar and you choose to change your beverage, that's different. That's different because you might change the experience of the cigar, but you're still enjoying that experience of that cigar. Now, if you're going from one beer to the other back to the same beer, then what are you doing here? You're just mixing 2 beers together and creating your own beer.
It's a madman.
I like
right?
Crazy. That's crazy, yeah.
I like it.
I do it all the time.
So anyway, yeah. So you went to Buffalo.
Yes,
You're about to get up. You can get up and walk away.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I have a customer.
No problem.
Do it. We got people in and out all the time.
What about how did you get mixed up in all this here at the What a Great Cigar Shop?
Yeah, I mean, I've been smoking for about 15 years now, so any new town I go to or
so since you're about 8?
Or 18, yeah, before they changed the law, right? And just honestly, I just feel at home.
Yeah.
It's kind of brothers of the leaf. Like Omar said, you can walk in and that's your commonality.
Yeah.
The cigar has such a rich history from the embargo in 1964, and that was really the best thing for cigars because it made people spread out and start planting the seed in different soil, with different nutrients, different sunlight, different growing time, seasons, temperatures. I don't know if it's a nerd thing. I love that. I also collect a lot of different paraphernalia for cutters, boxes. Even the boxes alone have a history. And I won't even get the nerd out as far as the hinges and how the box came about. I mean, how the cigar band came about. There's always something romantic about the history of cigars and just everything surrounding cigars.
That's awesome. I'm going to run and grab some more beer.
All right.
So, Dave, have some fun. I'll be right back.
We went through the first thing, like what's the most popular cigar. Now, I don't know which one we should do first, but I know we can do, this can be 2-part. What is each of your guys' favorite cigar? And why? Give us an idea. You just can't,
Me, hands down, my father, Lebedew, 1922.
And I have no idea what that means.
It's just the name of the cigar.
Is it like it was made in 1922?
No, but it's in. Again, I don't know the history of the cigar. We can Google it. Let's see.
You know,
That's what we have Google for.
And what type of cigar is it? You know,
It's a full body, full flavored, right? So you can have a full body cigar, and when I say full body, that means the strength level is pretty high, but it's empty when it comes to the flavor. I much rather have a full flavored cigar that is not full bodied rather than having a full bodied cigar that isn't full flavored. Hands down.
That makes sense.
Go ahead.
All right, Jason. It's your
Jason.
turn.
You know, if I get my hands on it, I rarely ever see it, but when I see it, I have to pick it up. It's the Perdomo 12-year, so aged 12 years, double barrel aged.
Now, what does that mean?
So
They put it in whiskey barrels.
Are you just throwing that
Is
out
that
there?
true?
Is that
well,
what it is?
yeah, you're actually on point there. So they'll take
guess.
old whiskey, old bourbon
I knew.
barrels, and age the cigar for a certain number of years. This is a double barrel aged. It's amazing. It really just kind of draws in whatever essence is left in that barrel. It's amazing.
So, but the cigar is fully rolled at that point.
Yes, I believe so. It's after it's been humidified in the barns and then baled and it kind of marinated in the bale. Then they'll go ahead and roll it and then age that.
All right.
So let's go back to the Lebedew 1922. I gathered the information. Lebedew in French is the jewel, and 1922 refers to the year that Jose Pepin Garcia was born. Don Pepin, the master.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Wow. All right. So while you were gone, we went over what their favorites.
Heart and souls.
Yes, their heart and soul. So sorry you missed it. You're gonna have to catch it.
No, it's all good.
On the flip.
I'm going to edit.
Right. So we got their favorites now. We got to go to, and I'm not sure this one is. It might be the hardest one to apply because it's not like they're making cigars, so they know it's coming out soon.
What did guys call this?
The greatest sound in the world. You just got some more beer on your panel there.
I missed it.
So I guess we could say that, or maybe what, like there is something that you're looking forward to that's going to be coming into the shop soon that people might be interested in.
So, because of the pandemic, that literally halted all of the majority of new cigars coming out. The releases, right? So every year in July, there's a
there's a down in Pennsylvania.
no,
Oh, okay.
in Vegas.
ICPR, International Pipe and Cigar Show. Yeah, it's the ICPR. I think it's the International Pipe and Cigar Show.
And that's the weekend or
That
the
they
week
release everything.
that every company goes there and releases their new stuff, right? We don't know if there's anything going to be released. Well, at least I don't know if anything will be released in a month and a half. Sit back and, wait.
Yeah.
But I'm always excited for AJ. He always releases something. My father normally does as well, but AJ, he has no remorse right now in the industry. He's just killing it.
That's awesome. By the way, that's called Irish Crickets, as Gaz pointed out to us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I totally. That's whatever. I forgot. I forgot everything. Stuff I can't remember anything. Can't remember the name of this cigar.
So, all right. In July, the best time to go to cigars shops if you want to try something new is July. Or are we talking a little bit of a delay, like August, September?
Yeah, late August, early September, because you put your orders in July, and then depending on where you are, who you are, it's when you'll get it.
Yeah.
So
awesome. I have a friend of mine who's a big cigar smoker, and it may be Vegas he goes to. Or is there one in Pennsylvania?
yeah, so Vegas is only for cigar shop owners.
Okay.
Right? The one that you're talking about, the PA one, is the Cigar International, but
it's like the Smokeout or Big Smoke.
Yeah, it's Smokeout, I think.
What's the name of it? See, this is what we can do at the shop. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
There you go.
But he won a table. This massive, huge table. He was a part of some raffle, but he gets tickets every year. He stays out there for the whole time, and he's a big cigar guy. This is Comley.
Craig Comley.
Craig Comley.
That's one of my partner's best friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who I met
Also, there was the
Okay,
Big
maybe
Smoke.
not.
Maybe not.
Cigar International Big Smoke.
Big Smoke. All right, that was
CI
wrong.
puts it on. Yep.
That was wrong.
This beer, I don't know. You didn't mention it when you mentioned it. It definitely has a very distinctive spicy flavor.
Yeah.
What's that?
The
Saison.
Saison has a very
They kind of compliment. There was a little bit of a.
like. There's definitely a spiciness, like
There's-
in, like what's it? Like a holiday beer or
yeah. I mean, it depends on, obviously
like
what
a
house,
winter.
yeah.
Remember the winter welcome from
Yeah.
Samuel Smith?
Yep. Or Shiner's Celebration.
Still haven't tried that.
Really?
Yeah,
It's kind of got apricots and stuff in it.
but I said I want to say it reminds me a little bit of that Samuel Smith.
All right, you see the conversation you guys are having right now? This is why I brought Jason in. I call that the geek talk about. I don't have any geek talk about cigars.
Nah, it's
I like what I like.
resent that.
Right, and that's so when people come in and they want me to break down a cigar to them, it's difficult because I personally feel every individual can have a completely different experience with that cigar. I can tell you my experience, but that necessarily isn't the experience that you're going to have. You need to smoke. Now, if you tell me a cigar that you do enjoy, I can give you recommendations based off that cigar.
So what
He
if I
can
came
tell
in- okay,
you.
so go ahead.
No, he can break down notes all day long and remember a cigar that he smoked 3 years ago and say, "Oh yeah, that's the one." Nah, I don't even believe it half the
Yeah.
time. I think people are lying to me.
I think he's a little bit more of an expert than in cigars
Absolutely.
than we are in beer.
Like I
Well,
said,
he's way more of an
non-experts
expert than
all.
I am.
We're kind of like you. We know what we like,
Exactly.
but we've been doing this podcast now.
Beer.
This is our 25th episode.
I have no idea. You're
I
the
think
one that
it's-
keeps count.
Yeah, we're 25, 26 episodes in. So, for us, we're starting to pick up a little bit. He picks up a lot more, especially on the brewing process. I have learned absolutely nothing. I have no idea between a whirlpool or a bright tank, but I
You
know
just
what
get
I
the
like.
luxury to drink all the time.
Yes,
If you enjoy it, that's really what matters.
exactly.
So it's funny. I have cigar wraps that come in. Hey, don't give me a cigar that doesn't have a wrapper because it's up and coming. It's
Yeah.
coming out, right?
Secret.
And they'll give me the cigar and like, what do you think? And I'll give them complete, blunt, honest.
Yeah.
It's trash in my opinion. And they're blown away. Like, you're the first person that said that. Blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, it is what it is. Like,
You
I'm
asked
not,
me a question, I
Yeah,
have to give
I'm
you
not
an
gonna
answer.
break down what notes I got from it. No, my experience was trash. Sorry, or it was great.
Yeah.
And then they're like, why was it great? Because I enjoyed my experience. What do you want me to tell you?
You can remove the wrapper if you like.
Well,
Yeah, you
I don't know
smoke
what to
the wrapper.
do. Yeah, well, I was worried about that. I was
I was
getting
a little
really
worried
close
that-
to the wrapper, and I'm like, okay, what do I do? You can see me
You-
fumbling with it.
You actually want to wait till you get closer to the wrapper because it kind of warms it up and it's easier to peel without tearing the wrap on the cigar.
Oh, is
At
that
least
the
I found in
trick?
my-
You do know a lot.
He does.
More
He's a
than just
nerd.
the layman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not even a layman.
I have no idea where I am in cigar, knowledge. Actually, he was saying my father. I was like, "Oh yeah, who's your father?" I have no idea. I have one job on this show, and that's just to be the show idiot.
So, like, say I came in and I'm like, you
And
said
run the
like,
board.
what kind of cigars you had, and I said, backwoods. Wait, blackberry. Where would you direct me?
To
Not
the
a cigar,
cabinet,
yeah.
Right out
to
the front
cab-
door.
No, to
the corner
to the
store.
cabinet
Yeah.
right in front of you.
The
That's
Sunoco.
completely infused.
Actually, there.
And do they have stuff like? Is it like fruit infused?
Absolutely,
Really?
I can give you chocolate, vanilla, grape, cherry.
Okay.
Um,
So it's like the wraps, but with actually the stuff in them, right?
it's basically
the stuff. What did I need? The technology, the terminology.
The gut of the cigar.
Yeah. What do we call it? The
the
fill.
wrap, the fill,
Oh, the
binder.
filler.
No, the
No,
filler.
filler.
Binder.
Right.
Yeah, filler. Okay, so the filler.
The quality of that cigar is just a little, or that filler is better than what you're used to.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would say too, I think they're only infusing the wrap. They're not actually infusing the filler or the binder. That's just the wrap. Because if I smoke one
Wrapper, yes.
yeah, if I smoke it long enough, it goes
It
away.
goes away.
And it actually becomes really good. I kind of like getting past that part, but I
mean
hardly
like
ever
you-
smoke
so like
those
So
Burns-
if
it
you
burns it
enjoy
off?
getting past that part, why even involve that part to begin with?
It's
Great
still such a
question.
good
Thank you.
cigar. like
See, this is where you lose me.
the blondie.
He likes wine coolers.
Yes. Excuse me.
Here's the thing without
Wine
you know,
cooler
Jonathan-
type of guy.
Jonathan
Hey, what
Drew
can
and
you
Drew
say?
Estate.
Bartles and James, that's his nickname.
What's going on, guys?
Bartles, you remember those commercials? Those were
Yes.
good.
Do you remember
My favorite was Sun Country, though.
My favorite commercial, as far as wine coolers goes, was the Bruce Willis Smirnoffs.
I
Was
don't
it
remember
Smirnoff's?
that.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think it was
remember that. Oh, Jesus.
Bruce Willis used to do wine cooler commercials where he used to sing the blues and drink wine coolers.
Stop.
I'm dead serious.
Was he on the show Moonlighting? Remember that?
Yeah.
Sybil Shepherd.
He still had hair, so it might have
He
been
did.
around the same time.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely that. Did you remember that show, Moonlighting?
No.
Come on.
I heard of it. I do remember it. I just never seen it.
It was a really good show.
You got a
on
wine
a
cooler?
regular basis.
You got a wine cooler over there? Oh, no, an actual cigar.
So, in order to buy one of those cigars, you have to wear a hat backwards.
No.
What's up, bro?
no.
I need to defend Jonathan Drew and his acid line because they actually use premium tobacco and they
Yeah.
actually pride themselves on having really high quality control. And the Cuba is the highest or the most sales
Sold.
in the world.
Yeah.
So there's something right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's like top level bars.
I
and
don't
chains.
smoke them
It's like
currently, but
it's
I
like
started
the-
on
the
acid,
Grey
and
Goose.
there's a special place in my heart for
Yeah,
acid.
me too. I am Drew Estates for life.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've kind of matured into some of their natural sun grown.
Well, yeah, this Hood of Nicaragua, which is the jewel of Nicaragua,
Yeah.
is a Drew Estate product.
See, there we go. Now, would you smoke that one?
What's up?
Would you smoke that one?
The what?
The Antonio?
Yeah, I have it right here. It's actually a very good cigar.
There's some activity over there, over the wall.
Nah,
The
they're good, they're
Denzians
good,
are
they're
getting rowdy. No, I'm just kidding.
He left? Yeah, his father paid for it.
So,
So we have father-son customers.
well, there you go.
So it's
you have
he
lockers?
just strolls up, takes a cigar,
No, I
walks
do
out
not
the
have
front door.
lockers. And there's a specific reason why I don't have lockers.
I don't even know what they are. Is that where you just keep your cigars?
Cigars, booze, whatever.
Okay.
But
Oh,
the
so you
reason-
can drink in here? Well, obviously.
Well, I don't sell anything, so I don't know
No.
what people do.
Okay.
But again, the reason why I don't have lockers is because as a customer, when I was not involved in the business and I would frequent places, I personally felt that locker members felt very entitled to the shop, right? And
Kind of like a beer mug club.
yeah, so well, I don't know actually because I no
Dave can
no.
speak to that.
No, I don't know, but I've gone to shops, and I'm not pinpointing this area. I'm just saying, like, in general, I've gone to shops where they have lockers and individuals go there every day at the same time and sit at the same chair. And if you're sitting at their chair, they kind of have an issue with that, right? I don't play that here.
You pay for the locker, you don't pay for the chair.
You pay for the cigar and that's it. All right? You get the same experience as anyone.
Yeah.
I don't care if you purchased a $5 cigar or a $25 cigar. I'm selling the same exact service to
Yeah.
every individual that walks in through those doors.
That's respectable.
And I always say you are at your living room away from home, respect it as you would your own living room, and we're good. We're all going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I believe that because of that, there's no cliquey groups within my regulars, right? Our regulars here are super inviting to anyone that comes in, new, old, repeating, whatever. If it's your first time or your 15th time, everyone's going to greet you, say what's up, you're going to watch the game or whatever's on TV, and chop it up with everyone. I've been to shops where it's the complete opposite. And I'm not saying that lockers are that's the reason.
Yeah.
But I feel that
You have a particular feel in your shop, and
Yeah.
you like it that way.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's what separates you from other cigar shops?
Yeah. Well, not only that, because I'm not the only cigar shop that doesn't have lockers.
No, but
I'm in Schenectady. I'm the only one in this area. I'm away from the quote unquote competition, and
Yeah.
I'm in my own lane.
yeah,
We are in our own lane.
got a little bubble here that is comfortable. I like it. It's really chill. One thing I can say that I like about this shop particularly, you have some interesting fans. You also have very high ceilings, so I find that you don't get the haze that just kind of stays down. You can still breathe in here.
That's an ongoing battle trying to figure out exactly how to provide the cleanest air as
Yeah.
possible. It's very difficult. Any shop that you go to is very difficult. But yeah, the ceilings definitely help. The round fans that you're talking about are smoke eaters, but they're trash.
Are they?
So they're leaving soon.
How was COVID for you? How did COVID treat you?
COVID hurt. We were closed for 3 months. I still have yet to see certain regulars that I had
Come back. Yeah.
I know they're doing well and healthy, but they still don't feel safe to come out
I see
and
what you're saying, yeah.
you know what I mean, mingle within a group of individuals. But the weather, everything opening up, I can definitely see the business is starting to grow again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on making it through. I mean, what do you think was your secret to surviving COVID?
It's no secret. It's just that we had, prior to COVID, we had a specific cult following.
Yep.
And as soon as they were able to come back, they came back.
Yeah.
And
What would you say to somebody who has never been to your shop before that was thinking about stopping in?
I'll say this, right? If you are a new smoker, the experience that we provide, we try to hold your hand through the entire process, and you will never be judged. Even if you like the wine cooler cigars, hey, that's what you like. By all means, go for it. You will never be judged, or you'll never ask me or the staff here a dumb question.
Yeah.
No, you don't know what it is yet. You don't know the experience. We're here for you in every step of the way. Give you an example. I've had a gentleman come probably 4 different times, right? And he will sit here for 15 minutes asking me questions, and he'll buy cigars, right? Leave with them, but has yet to smoke a cigar here with me, right? And from the beginning, I've been telling him, smoke a cigar with me, and I can walk you through the experience. For whatever reason, he never has the time, so he hasn't, but he'll come in for 15-minute pockets and ask a bunch of questions. Like, he'll go to the golf course, smoke the cigar, and not understand, I thought that I was supposed to get this type of note or this. Throw that out the window. Just smoke it, and when you finish it, ask yourself, did I like it? Did I not? If I didn't like it, gone.
Yeah.
If I did, the next time you come to the shop, say, hey, I enjoyed this, whatever. Is there anything similar to this?
Yeah. And
we will guide you to something as close as possible to that, but it's going to give you a little spin.
Awesome. I think that's what kind of separates you from other cigar shops. I've never had anybody when I walked into a cigar shop invite me to stay. It's like, do you need help? No, I'm good. Like, I know what I like. I may every once in a while say, hey, you know what? I've been looking at this cigar. This is what I like. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of Helix cigars. And a lot of people just kind of, I don't know how people feel about a Helix, but I like them. And I've had other people be like, oh, no, you don't want those. You want these. Well, no, I do want these, but I want to know something that's similar. So
we try to balance out. We're not going to be over your shoulder asking you a bunch of questions unless you allow us to, right? Mm-hmm. You walk into the shop, we're going to greet you. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
For the most part,
you looking for anything in particular? You're not? Okay, browse around. If I see you here for 2 minutes browsing, then I will come to you and ask you, hey, you have any questions? How can, and that's when I'll start asking questions.
Yeah.
If you don't, if you want your own alone time, have at it. I'm going to, leave you alone, and you can take half hour if you want. I can care less.
Yeah.
Enjoy. You know what I mean? Enjoy the experience.
Sure.
This is the thing that I love to say. I don't sell cigars. I sell an experience. If my experience isn't, like, if you leave here saying, the cigar was great, but, my experience, then that kills me.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather you leave here saying
the cigar was
that cigar was trash.
Yeah.
But you know what? They treated me really well, and I'll definitely come back because of the experience.
Yeah. You right, Dave?
No. Thank God we're not being filmed right now. Jesus.
Dave, listen. Some of the guys that are in that lounge have been smoking for more years than I've been alive and do the same exact thing that you just did.
It's like
comes,
amateur hour over here. I'm
no,
covered
not
in
at
ash.
all.
Like I dropped it on myself.
And the mic, and the table.
Oh, man, you had to throw me under the bus. I know I got it on the mic.
I will say this. I have beer all over me, but I don't have any ash over me.
I remember my first cigar. It's okay.
Yeah, it's amateur hour. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. Are you having fun?
Yes. I'm contemplating just coming down here with booze.
Yeah.
And just hanging out.
Let me know.
I don't even need to smoke a cigar.
You
it's just
don't.
cool hanging out here.
Now, certain things have become legal in the last few months.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what's the? Has anybody ever come in and try to smoke anything else other than a cigar?
No, we can't. We can't have that.
They ask if you sell it.
Oh, do they?
Or they think because it's a smoking product that you are like up to date on the FDA guidelines and everything, and it's not that way. Yeah.
Now there's actually rules written that you couldn't, if somebody wanted to come in here, that you definitely could not do that.
Correct. Not yet, anyways.
Thanks a lot for trying, buddy. Though
But
I appreciate it.
that again, that's something that would be very difficult for me to allow, just because the culture is the culture, right?
Yeah, it's a different culture. Yeah,
it is. But in the future,
A bunch of dirty hippies in here.
maybe we have a back room and it's designed for that.
different. Yeah,
Or you can just go outside.
yeah.
So actually, I have a
do
funny
it.
story, right? The first time, my first cigar was in 2019, I believe, 2019 or 2010, right?
There's a big difference in years there.
I'm sorry, 2009 or
Okay, I was
2010.
like,
I
whoa,
apologize.
I'm like,
I apologize.
I do the same thing all the time. Okay.
So, a good friend of mine was moving to New Orleans, and
New Orleans.
yeah, and my best friend and I drove her down, right? We're her vehicle, whatever. So we get there. We're going out to dinner one night, and next to the restaurant that we were having dinner at, there's a cigar shop. They were playing Spanish music in there, and that's what gravitated me to the cigar shop. So I walk in, and it's an older Cuban guy and a Dominican guy, and they're rolling cigars. We start chopping it up in Spanish. I'm Puerto Rican. I love the culture, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just killing time before I'm going to dinner. I had never smoked anything before prior to that night. Never. Nothing. So as I'm leaving, they're like, hey, you going to have a cigar? I said, no, I don't smoke. They're like, no, you have to have a cigar. I said, no, I really don't smoke. I've never smoked anything. So they're forcing it on me. So I said, I broke down to peer pressure. I said, you know what? Give it to me. They don't tell me how to smoke. They don't tell me anything.
Yeah.
They just give me the hand rolled, and I leave. Yeah, I sparked it up, and I come out, walking out with the cigar. So my friend looks at me. He's like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know. These guys basically forced me to smoke a cigar. So I'm smoking the cigar for like 10, 15 minutes. And I got so nauseous. I had a head rush. It was such a terrible experience, right? So when we walk into the restaurant, we're sitting at the bar waiting to get seated. I have a beer in front of me, and I can't even drink the beer. I'm sweating like Patrick Ewing on the foul line. I'm sweating, right? So my friend looks at me. He's like, yo, what's wrong with you? And I said, these guys spiked this cigar. Like, they put something in this thing, right? And I'm pissed. And I'm like, there's something wrong with me. I'm nauseous, like bad. I did not enjoy my dinner. I barely ate. So as I'm leaving the restaurant, I go back to the place, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, what did you guys put in that cigar? They lose it. They start dying laughing, right? They're rolling. They're like, were you inhaling it? And I'm like, I have no idea. I told you guys I had never smoked before. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. So I guess I was inhaling the cigar, and it went straight to my head. I didn't smoke another cigar for like two and a half, 3 years after that. And then my sister started dating this guy that she ended up marrying, and he was actually the one that he's a big golfer, and he'll smoke cigars while he golfs. He got me into it and basically broke the science down to me, but then I ran away with it, and I just fell in love with the culture, and now I'm here.
This is the answer to the question of like what got you into this.
Yep.
That's definitely the story we wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I can tell you my first cigar experience. I had already been smoking cigarettes for a little while. Rotterdam Square Mall used to have a newsstand in there with a humidor in it. And my friend John McKaylee.
That was actually a pretty good newsstand, man.
And he bought a couple cigars, and we were still underage, and we went behind the library over here in Schenectady.
The Schenectady County Library.
Yep. And we smoked. I smoked my first cigar. I didn't really get all that sick. I was just like, I don't know if this is really for me. But eventually, over the years, every once in a while, I would just be like, you know what, I'm going to smoke a cigar. And I just started smoking cigars. Nobody ever taught me or told me that. Like, I didn't know if you were supposed to inhale. Some people say, yeah, you inhale cigars. I'm like, what? Never did. I tried. I mean, it was horrible.
Now it's your turn. What's your first cigar?
Geesh, I think I was just in high school, probably a senior in Campfire. Someone says, "Hey, you want a cigar?" It's like, okay. And it was actually a Kahlua flavored. I believe they've changed. I almost think the Maker's Mark. I think owns that cigar, or at least the
company,
the trademark.
Oh, okay.
But it was a flavor cigar. I'm not ashamed to say it. It got me into more premium stuff, but it was good. I enjoyed
Started
it.
with the wine coolers.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like, I somehow came
Barbers
across.
and James.
I came across the Cuba Cubas and the Blondies, and I was just like, wow, this is really good. Like, and that's really what got me into smoking cigars was acid. Cigars are Drew Estates.
See, I think
Those
that's
wine
why
coolers.
you guys. I think that's why you guys enjoy cigars. You guys can all remember your first cigars.
Was yours last weekend or a couple
No,
weeks ago?
I have no idea. I've smoked cigars several times, and I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the first one I had, or where it was, or when it was.
What about
Frankly, I
your
have no
first
idea. I think that's one of the reasons it left a mark.
Yeah.
On you guys, and you're into it. That's probably why I'm just not into cigars.
Yeah.
I'll say this, right? If you've never smoked a cigar before and you start with a Cuba or that, it's going to enlighten the experience so much that you will remember it because it's something that you probably have never encountered. The sweetness behind it. It's basically like a treat, like a dessert. This is a dessert for me now, like a regular cigar. But if you are not into cigars and you smoke one of those infused cigars, it will literally be a dessert of your choice.
Yeah.
Without the calories.
I like it. What's your favorite thing to
Is
do?
that the new diet?
What's your favorite thing to do,
Stogie diet?
Jason? With your
That's a great cigar
your
shop.
smoking cigar.
Honestly, I do the whole sit out on the porch and just people watch.
I like to watch at the end of the day. I like to smoke a cigar with like gin or bourbon.
I'm a Scotch guy.
Watch the sun go down.
Me too.
Yeah, sure.
Big fan of Scotch.
Your place
What's
is
your favorite?
perfect for smoking cigars. By the
It
way,
is. I know. Listen, if you guys want to do it, I told you, Jen is more than happy to lay out a spread for us, and we can go
We're
there.
gonna do it.
Well, I can go there and hang out. I mean, it's outside. It's we can people watch.
I'm reaching out to Kevin McClurkin, by the way.
Seriously,
for next week.
Like I
And
said,
I'm thinking,
Jen would love to have us over there.
I'm thinking we're doing the next podcast next week at your house.
If you want to do it, that's totally fine. You guys are invited. Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys are-
stogies. Absolutely.
Well,
and I'm going to invite
we got plenty of room.
Kevin too.
Yeah, we got plenty of room. Whatever you want to do.
So you were saying?
Oh, I mean,
Oh, no,
first-
you asked. You
First,
asked.
yeah, Scotches go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Just out
nothing
of
can really
curiosity.
beat the Glenmorangie Nectar d'Or. Anything by Glenmorangie. I have their Signet right
Fantastic.
now. It's a $200 bottle.
Definitely has a
and it's
little
like
bit of little orangeness
so
to it.
good.
Delicious.
Really adds to the experience of a cigar. I mean, they were like, just
and I'll say
made for
this.
each other.
No offense to them. Cigars aren't my thing.
That's fine.
But I have a feeling that if we were doing some Scotch, I think I would be more inclined to experiment with cigars.
Well, I know.
And I can definitely get the Scotches if you can handle the cigar end of it.
If you're
Absolutely.
drinking a bourbon aged in a rum cask, pairing that with a cigar is the most beautiful thing.
I actually might have some of that at home. Actually,
It's
if I think
amazing.
about it, I'm pretty sure I've got some. I've got some Basil Aid, I know for a fact.
Oh my!
Ooh.
I know I've got some Basil Aid.
The Caribbean cask.
I gotta look. I don't remember. It was if somebody.
They don't
gave
make it
to me.
anymore. It was a
Somebody gave
limited.
to me.
It was a limited release. It was amazing.
I will say this: it was a gift from one of the distributors, and it might have been a special one. I can't remember.
Dude, it's
I
amazing.
opened it, and I haven't had anything since.
Elijah Craig came out with one, which was a limited edition. That was amazing as well. And right now, what I've been drinking is the Breckenridge. Is it called? Caribbean cask. Phenomenal.
No, that's bourbon. Right?
Correct. Bourbon,
Yeah, bourbon.
aged in
rum casks.
rum casks.
yeah, it's all whiskey. Just where does it come from?
They're all.
I think I want to say I have one of those banging around. One of those guys. I'll have to look.
If you find
it,
a
The
Hill Rock
sweetness
rye,
behind that beverage with a cigar enhances the experience to the next level.
Now, I will say that we recently did a podcast with James and Aaron over at the Whiskey Pickle in Troy, brand new whiskey bar. But
that was a good time. Those are good
they
folks.
have a extensive list.
Oh yeah,
of-
they're bourbon and
Scotch.
Scotch, and just whiskey in general.
Do they have an outside
Menu.
patio?
They do.
They
not?
do.
They
They
do.
have what they do is the parking spots out front. They put up a.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they turn
yeah.
those parking spots
Yeah.
out front into a. It's,
Can
Yeah.
you smoke out front?
I think so. I think so.
I mean,
smoke
I'm
anything.
there.
Yeah.
Smoke anything now.
and they're great people too. So I mean, anytime you guys want to do a podcast back over there,
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure
have,
I could reach out to.
They have a top-notch whiskey menu. I mean, that's almost all their whole menu. They have 2 beers and
No,
a few other liquors.
They have like 15 beers. They have a bunch of stuff that we learned that was not on their menu that they actually carry, like mezcal and stuff like that. They also have
they had Fernet. Oh, that was good stuff.
They actually have their bourbon. Obviously, it's a whiskey pickle, but they also have probably like another 14, 15 scotches on there too.
Oh yeah,
peated and not
absolutely.
What's a whiskey pickle?
It's the name of the actual establishment. It's the whiskey pickle.
So they do serve pickles.
Hey, I can't do that.
I don't. That's fine. I
Me
don't.
neither. So don't worry.
Yeah,
They're gonna pick a back.
I
can't even
avoided that.
smell them.
We managed to avoid actually eating pickles.
Yeah, I didn't eat.
I'll hang out outside.
Guys,
No, you would trust me. I was a little what's the word I'm looking for? I was a little apprehensive about
going
it too
there.
because I'm like, I'm going to drink some beer, but I don't want pickles in it. They were totally cool with it.
Yeah.
I know that's the name of their business, but their menu, their drink menu was excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's worth a trip just to go try it. Like they had several specialty cocktails that are worth trying.
Where in Troy is it?
It's right on Fuller. Or Fulton,
I love Troy.
Fulton. So when you go over the
worth a
bridge
trip.
and you take a right around the barbecue shop,
Yeah,
Dinosaur.
It's right there, like
Dinosaur.
across the street.
you get you go around the parking garage at that first light where the statue of.
So it's where they have the Saturdays they have the market.
The farmers market.
Farmers market.
You take a left on Fulton,
Okay.
and it's the next block up.
All right, cool.
So it's like 2 blocks. So you get to that light just past the Dinosaur Barbecue. Take a left, 1 block, a block and a half up. Go to that next light, and they're right there on the right hand side.
I definitely have to go try it out.
They
I was
don't even-
pleasantly surprised. They're hot and spicy or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I'm still thinking about it. I was telling people at the
Hot and
bar about
spicy
it.
what?
It was a gin martini that was spicy, and it was like the best way to describe it is like it was like a boiled down Bloody Mary, like your favorite parts of a Bloody Mary, the liquor
I
and
don't
the
have
spiciness. That's all right. It was gin. It was a gin martini with hot sauce. And while you think like, oh, let me tell you, like the hot sauce cut the sharpness of the gin, which happens, and it was I was blown away. I was surprised at how excellent it really was.
They will have you try new stuff that you never tried before, and you'll love it.
Yeah,
You
cool.
think
I
it's a
have to
bad
say.
idea, but it's they're really good. They do a lot of research every single day. They have a drink of the day, and
The
they
bee's knees or whatever it was.
Bee's Knees was phenomenal.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
Jason needs to go over there.
It was excellent. The bee's
Yeah,
knees.
I'm in.
I have to say it was excellent.
It's a great shop, and my neighbors. They're my neighbors. They're awesome, and
We need to support people like that. They're,
for
they're
sure.
good folks, and
they don't even have a sign on the front of the place.
Yeah, they don't even can't even. Yeah, they don't. They really. I mean, like it wasn't like a deciding thing. It was like,
Yeah.
how much money do you have to open?
Yeah.
I understand. Like from personal experience, how difficult it can be to get a place off the ground, especially one like that. You know,
And they
when you have a
just
lot of
opened?
competition. They
Just opened.
just opened.
So they were they were working through COVID.
Yeah,
I think
they
they-
still
they
have
were
full-time
building.
jobs.
I'm going to say, yeah. I'm
They
going
were
to say
building
they
it
bought it.
through
Yeah, they were
COVID?
building it. They were working on it through COVID.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
let me
cool.
tell you, it's they repurposed a storefront. It's not large, but it's pretty cool. It's got a upstairs and a balcony, which is really neat. You can go upstairs and look down on the bar area, but you can also has big bay windows, look right out in the street. It's really nice.
Are they local guys?
Yeah.
They went to UAlbany, as I recall,
yeah,
right?
They've been local for the last 10, 15 years.
Okay.
I think she's from New York. He's from
Oh, it's a couple.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, they're married,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and they're younger.
Oh, cool.
They're great people too.
Let me tell you, and they put a lot of forethought into like not being a typical bar. Like they really did their homework in regards.
So there's
to
a niche to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in regards to their cocktails that are, like I say, I like Manhattans. You know, they gave us an original Manhattan and their new style Manhattan. Both of them were excellent.
I'm an old fashioned type of guy.
They'll make it.
They'll make it for you. They have. Yep.
You gotta try the bee's knees though. That's
Bee's
really
knees
good.
was really good.
That's my favorite drink when I go in there. It's funny. I say I'm a beer drinker. I'm a gin drinker. I'm a bourbon drinker. I'm a scotch drinker. I am. I drink all those.
You're a
things.
drinker.
No, you're a drinker.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's a connoisseur.
That's why you created the podcast, huh?
Well,
Let me give
just an
myself
excuse.
a reason to drink.
Right. It's an excuse.
it's funny. The podcast actually started. Dave and I have had great conversations over the years, going all the way back to Rupsis. Especially really picked up at when they opened up 20 North, and I've been going there forever. And I've been doing shots with Dave on my birthday every year. It just was like a tradition. And I would always say to him the last like probably 10 years, like, bro, we gotta, not 10 years, probably like 7 years, like we gotta do a podcast together. We gotta do, the COVID came along. I had lost my job. And then I was really worried. I mean, there was a couple times where I reached out to Dave just would text him because I moved out of Schenectady and it's very rare for me to get back. And I would say to him like, how are you doing? How's the business? How's this? How's that? And he's like, good. And I was just really thinking about like the breweries, like Great Flats, and kind of talked to Dave a bit about it. And I said, you know what? Let's start a podcast to kind of get the word out there on how people can still enjoy their favorite beverages, their favorite foods, and really help out this industry during this time with a focus on like bars and breweries and bars. And that's really how this picked up. And now we've kind of grown where people to the point where, like I said, Kevin McCurkin texted me last week and was like, "That's the Whiskey Pickle was your best podcast yet."
Really?
Yeah, I was a little worried though because we had so many people on.
It's more difficult. Like I was thinking about it today.
Yeah.
It can be more difficult when you got more people on because then people are trying to
Talk over it.
vie for spots on the mic.
And he said it was the best.
Really? And that's coming from the expert.
He's not the only one. A lot of people told me.
A lot of people has given us a lot of credit. I'm not sure there's a lot of people listening to us.
I can't tell you how many people sit there like people like I went to go see Jay over at the Excelsior Pub, and he has a guy
Jay Bowers.
Jay Bowers,
great guy.
I had he has a regular that comes in there all the time, and he's like, you got to reach out to these guys on the Capital Brew podcast. He's like, they've reached out to me. And he's like, I don't know if I want to do it or not. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I like beer, but I don't know a lot about it. He's like, it's just guys drinking beer talking.
I mean, how hard is that? We figured it out. Jesus.
Somehow, the banter that we have here, it's not so much about, like we were talking a lot about cigars. I want to get that information out there. Yes.
I mean, for the benefit of a lot of people, like you said, I didn't know anything. This was very educational. The filler, the binder, the wrap. I mean, that's amazing to me. I didn't realize that most cigars are hand rolled. I figured the machines did it.
Every premium cigar is hand rolled.
I had no idea. That's
But that stuff is the meat and potatoes of the show. But really, what puts the frosting on it that keeps people coming back is these side conversations that we have.
Personality.
Exactly.
And again, I can't stress this enough. You don't need to know anything about cigars to go and have a good time at a cigar shop.
Exactly.
You do not need to know anything.
Great.
No one at a cigar shop is breaking down the science. Maybe Jason, but no one is breaking down the science of a cigar.
Nerd.
They ask you, hey, how's that new cigar? You like it? Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, I'm going to try it. Well, I actually think it sucks.
Yeah.
You and I don't have the same palate, flavor palate. That's it.
Keep moving. I've been smoking cigars forever. My favorite cigar style is a Churchill Connecticut wrap.
I love Churchill's.
I have a Connecticut wrap. This is a Connecticut wrap. What makes it a Connecticut wrap?
The wrap is from Connecticut.
Say that again.
The wrapper
is from Connecticut, and that it's a lighter.
So what you're touching right now, which is the final touch of the cigar, the wrapper.
Yep.
That's out of Connecticut.
So I mean,
it's
grown in Connecticut. It's
correct.
Grown. Oh wow! All right.
Yeah. Often under cheesecloth, actually, so there's no direct sunlight. It's actually it's a nicer smoke. It's the most premium wrapper is Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, why do they want not direct?
It's the most delicate.
Why do they not want direct sunlight?
Lighter.
So it is lighter, and you get smaller veins because it doesn't have that direct sunlight. So the photosynthesis, the plant leaf is a little smaller. Yeah.
Okay. See,
it's delicious.
Learn all kinds. I will have to say, this is probably the best cigar I've smoked.
Omar,
let's say my favorite cigar that I've smoked.
Omar was about to say something about Churchill's. I was interested in.
No, I love Churchill's and Coronas, right? I believe the skinnier the cigar, the more flavor it gives you because the tobacco is more compact.
Yeah,
and the smaller the cigar, the more flavor you're going to get out of it. Right?
It makes a lot of sense. I'm not a fan of anything like over 60 millimeters.
Yeah,
or whatever it is now.
Yeah, A is their skinniest, longest size, and when we talk about like Corojos, Robustos, Churchills, that's all size related. Yeah. And then there's also a number that comes after that. It's out of like a 64th of an inch. So if it's a 6 by 60, it's 6 inches long
by 60,
and 60 at a 64th of an inch. It's the ring gauge of this.
Ring gauge. Yeah.
You see, I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Sorry, nerding out here.
No, it's awesome. I didn't know that. 100%.
I just learned something new on this podcast, and I was the one that's supposed to teach you guys.
You're welcome.
Look at that.
We'll do that. We'll teach you a lot of things. Not that you need to know.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to know. That's the worst part.
Like, how about like when I stepped out of your shop today because of all the rain? You ever see like in a movie where a guy drives by and they get splashed with a? That happened to me for the first time in my life walking out of your place.
It's terrible. The entire parking lot
I was
across
like,
the street flows right in front of our building and then down the road. I mean, the front of our building actually is destroyed. You know, I have to replace the whole front because every time a car drives by when it rains, it splashes the whole front of the building.
That's horrible.
I know I'm complaining right now, but it's a problem.
I'm complaining. I
mean, you getting wet, I don't care about. I'm worried about the building.
You'll
dry out.
I work at the Rivers Casino. I have a certain dress code that I have to, I'm wearing nice shoes, nice pants, and I completely just destroyed the clothes that I'm wearing right now.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault.
You know what? I'd say direct your complaint to the city because all of the water from that parking lot flows right in the front of our building.
Are you apologizing because you're the one that drove by?
Yes.
I wish I was now, but no, I wasn't. That would have been awesome. Oh, God.
Take that, Nick.
He would have forgot about his
I would
building.
have to drive around the block and then come in from a different direction.
Do it again. Make me smoke cigars. Are you actually... You know what's funny is the last show, you didn't smoke the cigar nearly as much as you are now.
No, it was a little rougher. It was a little more...
harsh.
Harsh. That's a good term.
I think, would you have the wheat tartan?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, I think you had the wheat tartan from Wolf's Hollow.
No,
so we paired it with a
Oh,
much
you mean beer-wise?
darker,
Yeah, it was it was definitely the Scottish ale.
Yeah, and I think you had a darker
It
Olivia
was darker.
cigar.
Yep.
And
I think it might have been Olivia.
It may have been a little bit too much.
It was for my sensitive.
Yeah.
My little.
So that's tricky as well, right? I don't know if we touched on this earlier, but you never want your beverage to overwhelm the cigar, and you never want the cigar to overwhelm the beverage, right?
That's a very good point.
But when you're a new cigar smoker, you can't go into a full body stick. Doesn't matter what you're drinking, right? Because anything that you smoke, it's new to you, so you're gonna really know or
notice it,
and get those notes, and they're gonna hit you in a different way.
So I didn't get the opportunity to ask you, what is your favorite to do while you're smoking a cigar?
Play chip.
It depends. I don't have a favorite thing because there's
enough.
times that I don't want to be around anyone. I want my alone time, smoke a cigar by myself, and
watch
no
the sun
music,
go down.
no nothing. Yeah, maybe, or just zone out, right?
Yeah.
At times, I look at cigars like therapy, right? Your mind goes blank.
Yeah.
You're so into that cigar that nothing else matters, right? But a lot of times, I love smoking a cigar at the shop with a bunch of guys here, and everyone is talking about whatever it is that they're talking about. You could have 5 conversations going on at the same time, little pockets here and there, and whatever. It's cool. I love smoking cigars around friends, even though I don't have a lot of close friends that do smoke.
Smoke cigar, yeah.
But at the shop, I became friends with everyone here, right? So you have your real friends, that you grew up with or whatever the case is, and then you have your smoking friends. Like, I built relationships in the shop. Jason, I never knew Jason prior to this place. We see each other every day now, right?
Cigars bring people together.
And I sent him a text message. Hey, this podcast is going on. You know way more about cigars than I do.
We need you.
I need you. Yeah.
What's funny too is just to point out how different it is. Like you said, one of the first people to get you into smoking cigars was your brother-in-law, who likes to play golf. And golfers, there's some golfers that will never smoke a cigar off the links. But when they're playing golf, they gotta have a cigar.
What do you do with it? I'm sorry, Ryan.
I was just gonna say, me, how I like to hike and I like to go camping. Like, I'll climb a mountain.
Mountains.
Yeah, I'll go climb a mountain. I'll drink a beer at the top of that mountain and smoke a cigar and just sit there and look at the beautiful view. Or I'll go camping with a bunch of friends. There's nothing better than sitting around a campfire after hiking 7 miles into a campsite, drinking, if it's the second day, you're drinking bourbon, because after that, your beer is all warm if you didn't drink it the first night. So you sit there around the campfire drinking bourbon, smoking cigars with your friends, and just having great conversation. Like, there's so many times that a cigar fits perfectly.
There's nothing better than being at a family party.
Yeah.
And you want to get away from that family party. and you get 2 or 3 guys that like it and enjoy cigars, and you're going to walk away because you don't want to bother anyone else.
Yeah.
But you're not walking away because of that. You're walking away because you want your alone time.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy your cigar and get away from the family, the kids, or whatever.
Once Aunt Kathy starts arguing with cousin Johnny.
There you go. Cigar time.
Yep. Like, peace, I'm out. Or you go over to the in-laws and their family.
Well, I don't know about all that. I'm not married, but yeah.
Neither am I. And actually, I've had in past relationships where cigars came in perfect, but I'm very lucky now.
So it's a great
Jess,
excuse.
when you're listening, I love your family. Everybody's great.
It's a great excuse. Hey, listen, we're going to grab a cigar. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah. I don't even say that. You just kind of...
Drift away?
Yeah.
Oh, like, like never mind. There's something on TV today.
Like Homer Simpson in the bushes. But yeah, all right. So this podcast has hit hour and 30 minutes.
Well, I'd say it's maybe a good time.
Yeah, good time to wrap this one up.
Unless there's something else you needed to
Actually,
mention.
I started asking you about Buffalo. We have a local DJ Supreme, who probably was out in Buffalo. I'm assuming around the time that you were probably going out there in school.
0408.
Yeah, yeah. He would have been on WBLK out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's on a Hot 99.1. I don't know if you ever listened to him back then.
Wait. What's his name again?
DJ Supreme.
So I used to do security in Buffalo, and we did a lot of hip hop venues.
Yep.
And I don't think that's the guy that I'm thinking about. That used to do a lot.
There's probably
of
other
art.
DJs and stuff.
Yeah.
He was the program director back then.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't like the
He was still
face
he was still a DJ. Well, he was still he was the midday, like the big DJ.
So he was the face of the station.
One of them.
Does he have dreads?
No.
The guy that I'm thinking about had
dreads
really
and stuff.
long dreads, and he used to DJ a lot of the venues that I did security at. Buffalo was a great time.
Yeah, big city too.
It's a fun city.
Yeah.
It's sad because it's one of those cities that, quote unquote, forgotten cities where all the industry's left. There's no money in there, but the restaurant culture and the nightlife culture is phenomenal. And like the small bars, and it's super for being such a big city. It's not corporate America, and I love that.
Yeah,
it's very privately owned little joints that were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Chippewa
I loved. Now you're talking about corporate. Now you're getting.
I know.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm talking about. Like the
Chippewa Street.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun in Buffalo. Buffalo was a great city.
Good food.
Great food. Treated me well.
We would probably not be in business if it wasn't for Buffalo, New York.
Very true. Wings.
Yeah.
Bread and butter.
Well, look at
no pun intended.
Go if you again to mention Jay Bauer over at
Excelsior.
He has his whole bar is just wrapped around New York, menu and beer and all that kind of stuff. So if you miss Beef on a Rec, that's a place to go check it out.
What is it?
Beef on a Rec?
Beef on Wick? Is that what you?
Is it Rec or Wick?
Well, I don't know.
I always say Rec.
No,
I always say Rec.
I don't know what you're talking
Beef on Wick.
Beef on Wick.
It's certainly a Buffalo thing. It's definitely a Western New York dish called beef on wick, and it's a particular. It's roast beef cooked in like an au jus, and it's on a particular roll, and it's called a weck.
Oh, okay.
Some people say weck,
What
beef
do I
on
know?
weck.
And
I think it's like a salted. It's like a salted sourdough roll.
Okay.
Beef on wick. People out there will know.
What about a garbage plate?
That's the Nick Tao's.
That actually started in Rochester, if I'm not
It is.
mistaken.
It's Nick Tao's.
College kids from
Nick
Rochester.
Tao's.
Yeah. So they had right in South Campus of UB, they had their second location.
Yeah.
And I remember those. Those
Yeah.
garbage plates were official.
Unfortunately, the original Nick Tao's downtown is closed.
Yeah, is it?
And I think it's the only one left is out in Greece.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember going there as a kid. I went to school in Western New York, and when we were up in Rochester, if you were out partying, that was your last stop.
Your garbage plates?
The garbage plates.
Until
man,
the
I
next
missed
day.
that. Yeah,
you hated
the
yourself.
next day was not fun usually.
No.
It wasn't just the garbage plate, though. No, those were fun times.
All right, well, on that note, we will
Yes.
wrap this podcast
No more
up.
stories.
Guys, thank you so much for having us. You have some?
180 Erie
Yes.
Boulevard, Schenectady, New York.
How about
The
your
old
social media?
Wallace Armor building.
Tag Cigar Shop. Follow us on Instagram, and That's a Great Cigar Shop on Facebook.
Awesome. I will also say that there is some kind of synergy between beer and cigars, because I've got a lot of cigar people out there. There's a GT Cigars out in like Nebraska that follows us.
Follows who?
Follows us.
A cigar shop?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're cigars. I don't know what they do.
Oh, all right.
But I appreciate them.
They could be a cigar club.
Yeah, could be. GT Cigars out in Nebraska. They've got their social media out there. Taste of Cuba. I think they're local. They follow us. So yeah, there's a good synergy between cigars and beer, and we appreciate everybody out there that does smoke cigars and that do want to drink beer and kind of pair those. We really appreciate you guys tuning in.
Now,
for everybody else,
actually, before you get cut out, you mentioned, you obviously don't sell alcohol, but let's say somebody came down here and they were interested in the cigar. Can they bring alcohol? I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know I don't know what your rule is.
You're more than welcome to bring whatever you enjoy.
As long as we don't see it.
Okay, I have no idea. I'm like, some people might say, hey, listen, I got a good bottle, because we were talking about scotch or bourbon. I got a good bottle of bourbon. I'd love to go down there, crack it, and enjoy a cigar with a couple of my friends. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I
can't
have no
ban
idea.
what you can't see. So.
You know what I mean? It's a BYO. I didn't know if it's a BYO, type, bring your
So
own.
there's no corking fee. There's no nothing. If you want to bring a nice beverage to pair your cigar with, by all means, enjoy.
apple juice,
I think
orange juice, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be a big draw for some people to say, hey,
I personally
I'd love to go hang out down there and maybe bring something special.
I personally like to travel around with a flask of apple juice and drink that in random places. So,
good job.
thank you.
All right, see, that was my question. So
We're very limited with the rules here.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to check to see if, for those of people, for the like 3 or 4 people that are listening, maybe they want to come down
You
here.
gotta stop saying that. It's not true.
All right, 8 or 9.
All right, yeah, several.
Yes.